card or a debit card, and then you have, in this case, 3 months to pay it off. So $9.99 for this 6-piece yellow brick road creeping Jenny plants ground cover. It's easy to grow, winter hardy, and evergreen. $29.98 is your price. These debuted 4 days ago. Over 3,100 orders placed. And what I didn't mention about you guys is you bring us hard to find, super easy to grow
That's
plants.
right. We love that. We love scouring, honestly, the whole planet. And like we said in our trial gardens, we try everything and make sure it grows great. We only bring the very best, and this is one of those. Now, we say ground cover, but as you see, you can put this in containers. It is awesome. If you've heard of the perfect trifecta of a thriller, a spiller, and a filler in your containers, this is going to be that spiller because it spills right out of the container. However, these are evergreen. That is awesome. There's very few things in your garden that grows on the first ground level that's green all year round, even in the wintertime.
Wow.
I love this because sometimes they can be a little bit more golden, and then sometimes they can be a little bit more green. You get some of that color changing effect going on. But look at this. These plants right here, look how much is spilling over the edge of the container. That is what makes this so fun, because you're just getting basically a magic carpet in the garden. This is something that offsets all the other colors that you have, makes all your flowers pop, and helps you avoid the toil and trouble of mulch. I love mulch in certain areas. I hate the cost and I hate the effort it takes to put it down.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, it's a long-lived perennial. You're gonna plant this once and it's gonna slowly and gently cascade out, leaving no bare space behind.
Dream.
So that you don't have to worry about getting bags or even a dump truck of mulch delivered.
Do you know how messy it
And
gets?
smelly.
You know, my husband has picked up so much mulch in the back of
Yep.
his truck, and even like all year round,
right.
we're just always finding pieces of mulch. So this comes as 6 actively growing
Yes,
plants, so it's
6
already started
actively growing plants. So here's one. They're in a little tray. And what I love about this is when you get these home, okay, I want to show you something. This is what you start out with. You're going to create a 6 to 10 foot border if you were going to go vertical with this one collection. And let's just show you how easy it is. I got a pot of dirt right here. I hope you can kind of see that. Now, literally, you may not put it in containers, but just for instructional purposes, you just dig a small little hole right there. Now, what I love about this is once you get this covered in the first season, you're going to cover the entire expanse of this container, which is about 12 inches wide, and they continue to grow bigger and better every single year. So essentially, this right here grows into this by the first season. And you're going to have 6 plants this large.
It's gorgeous.
And that's what's so fun about this. Now, we've got tons of places and nooks and crannies in our garden where there's usually just dead space.
Yeah.
You know, we might have a beautiful rose, but underneath it's just brown. And sometimes, like Dan Hughes, I remember, you probably remember him. He used to always joke around that mulch is like decorating with death because it's dead trees that you're throwing down or on the ground. Well, and I honestly, I kind of resonate with that a little bit. It's expensive too.
Yeah.
So here, you're gonna plant these. Look how it beautifully cascades over and through and wanders around. It gives that really cute cottage garden look with very low effort.
Amazing. M132117. If you're new to QVC, the best way to place your order here in QVC2 is call us 800-500-7590. $29.98 is your price. You're getting 6 actively growing plants sent to you, all free shipping and handling in this 2-hour show. And if you choose Easy Pay, $9.99 is what you are paying today. And can you explain to me about hardiness zones?
Yeah, so these are very hardy. Typically we would say like zone 5 to 9.
Okay.
So that means most of the country you're gonna have a great time growing this. And just look at all the possibilities. You can put this in your mixed beds, in your xeriscape beds. You can do this in containers, but basically all the other kinds of flowers and foliage that you have, this acts like a base, a really solid foundation for all those colors to pop. We're gonna have something later in the show called an elephant ear. And one of my all-time favorite combinations is having the elephant ear in a container and then these at the base. And what that does is creates not only you know, your filler, thriller, and spiller, but such a color contrast that it really makes this special elephant ears pop because they're more black, this is more green. And oh, look, my brother Devin's bringing it out for us.
Look at you, asking ye shall receive.
Yeah, just come stand behind here. You could kind of get the effect. So imagine these were planted together in one container and how wonderful that really looks. And this is like kind of where you go from a very beginner gardener to the next level is pairing and combining, because gardening, that's great. Thanks, Devin. Just leave it right here, maybe on the side for us.
Thank you.
When we talk about growing a garden, we might look at the creeping Jenny and say, oh, you know, not really any flowers. It does produce small little flowers in the summertime, but that's really not why we're growing it. But when you get into the higher levels of gardening expertise, you start to think and realize, hey, there's a lot of blank space here, or hey, you know, I want color in this area where I've just got this tall plant growing. And so now you can sort of cover your bases. And again, what's great about these is that once they get established, they do not die back in the wintertime. That means right now, we don't have snow on the ground, you'll see these.
That's so nice.
And that's so fun, because there's hardly anything that doesn't die back in the wintertime except for pine trees, and that's probably not in your mixed garden bed, you know? So something to always look at.
Yeah, I mean, and these are just so lush. I mean,
they
these
really
are beautiful, and you're getting six for $29.98.
Yes.
So think about how big your garden space is. Like you said, this would be a great replacement for anywhere you have mulch, or where you just
or
need
if
that
you
extra.
have weeds and you don't want weeds, this will keep out.
Who wants
the
weeds though? Nobody wants weeds.
Also,
so
deer
everybody
don't like
needs
to eat this. It's kind of like a do-it-all sort of plant. Ground cover, that's where you start with the garden, and then you go up from there.
So it's just a great place to start in the show. And as you said, if you're getting into gardening, M132117, $9.99 if you choose Easy Pay, $29.98 if you want to get it outright. And so Roberta does have this gotta grow guarantee. Can you quickly speak to that?
You know, we love what we're doing. We want you to as well. Be sure your satisfaction with our perennials, like the Creeping Jenny, for 1 year from the time of shipment, and our annual and tropical plants for 90 days from the time of shipment. Melissa, what that means is if you have trouble, if you need replacement plants, if you have questions, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We will be there with you every step of the way.
I love that. Don't tempt me, because I'll call you guys a lot. I'll be like, what do I do?